Hello everyone from Zoom and YouTube. All the students kindly respond, audible, visible, give me a thumbs up. Audible and visible, very good. Hello guys, everyone, good evening, good evening, good evening. So welcome to the class. Welcome to your zoology gift classes. I hope you remember the topic which we are studying. We are studying an important topic of zoology from biology subject. We are talking about animal tissues. We are talking in detail about animal tissues. Last class, we started the animal tissue topic and now we are continuing it further. Yeah. Good evening, good evening, good evening, guys. So last time, what did we study? Last time, basically, we started with the introduction of the topic. We defined what is tissue. Then we also studied what is the origin of tissue, from which germ layers, which tissues are derived. We also saw the little bit history about tissue, like father of histology. Who is father of histology? Xavier Bichette. We also studied that. And now we are going to basically start with the first tissue. We are going to start with the first tissue, that is your epithelial tissue. So shall we start? Shall we start with the first tissue, guys? Come on. The first tissue we want to discuss is the epithelial tissue. Okay? So I think last class we stopped here. Last class we stopped here. We divided or we classified the tissues into 4 types. Yeah. Our body has 2 types of cells, somatic cells and germ cells. We are grouping the somatic cells into 4 different types of tissues: epithelial, connective, neural and muscular. Right? So if I ask you the question here, from which germ layer, which tissue is derived, will you able to answer me? So let's quickly go through that. Like if I ask you, epithelial tissue is derived from which germ layer? Epithelial tissue is derived from which germ layer? What will be your answer? Ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, or all of them are responsible for the epithelial tissue? Tell me quickly. Yes, very good. Zoom people are giving answers. YouTube people are also giving the answers. Yes, all the 3 germ layers are responsible. So I will write here that epithelial tissue is derived from ectoderm also, derived from endoderm also, and it is also derived from mesoderm. Yes. What about connective tissue? Come on, quickly. What about connective tissue? For connective tissue, it is the same. Is connective tissue also derived from all the germ layers? Shall I say that? Connective tissue is only and only derived from mesoderm germ layer. So what is the answer here, guys? Connective tissue is only derived from mesoderm. Okay. What about muscular tissue? Muscular tissue also, we are going to say the same answer. Muscular tissue is also derived from mesoderm. Muscular tissue, we will also say it is derived from mesoderm. Come on, last. Nervous tissue, neural tissue. Come on, tell me the answer. What will be the answer for nervous tissue? Last. Come on, guys. Last. Nervous tissue. Yes, everyone? Okay. I'm checking the answers on YouTube and Zoom quickly. Okay. Majority of students have given the right answer. Very good. That is, the neural tissue is derived from ectoderm germ layer. It is derived from which germ layer? Ectoderm. And it is very important because when on Sunday, when you are going to have an exam, we are going to ask you questions that which tissue is derived from which germ layer. Because if you studied that which tissue is derived from which germ layer, then it becomes little easier in the future to understand which organ system is derived from which germ layer. Like if I ask a simple question, now if I ask blood here, blood, everyone knows which kind of blood tissue it is. Blood is which kind of tissues, guys? Blood is connective tissue. Blood is connective tissue, correct? Blood is connective tissue, yo, correct everyone, super. Blood is circulating in cardiovascular system. Blood is being circulated in cardiovascular system with the help of your four-chambered heart, your arteries, your veins, your capillaries, your lymphatic system also, which are supporting the cardiovascular system. Yes? So if I ask you now that cardiovascular system or your heart or your artery, veins, they are derived from which germ layer, then what will be your answer? Then what will be your answer? Then your answer will be still mesoderm. So here you can understand that how a tissue which is made up of mesoderm, that is also responsible for formation of the organ system. Are we clear with this? So that's why we should have a basic understanding that what is the tissue, from which germ layer it is derived, then you can connect the dots to which organ system it will be helping it to develop. Are we clear? Lymphatic system is not immune system, it is related to immune system. Okay, dear? Moving ahead, come on. So I hope this topic is clear. Now we will be moving ahead. Okay? So let's go ahead to the next slide. Now we will start with which tissue? We are going to talk about epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue. We are going to discuss the first tissue, epithelial tissue. Very, very important tissue. All the tissues are important. Epithelial tissue is also absolutely important. It is the first tissue to be formed in your body. The first tissue to be formed in your body is epithelial tissue. It is derived from all the germ layers. Okay? Some parts of your body, it is derived from ectoderm. Some parts of your body, the epithelial tissue is derived from mesoderm, and some part it is derived from endoderm. Now, what is the meaning of epithelial here? So if you want to make your biology understanding very easy, always be curious. Always be curious to understand the root of the word, the etymology of the word, that what is the word originated from. Like when I say epithelial, here epi means what? Here epi means what, guys? Tell me. Here epi means what I will say? Here epi means, what is the meaning of epi here, guys? Tell me. Here epi means above. Epi means above, and the thelial part. Okay, which part? The thelial part will be, epi is above, and the thelial part will be called as a papilla. Okay, or to grow, or to grow. So epi above, and thelial means to grow, growing. So epithelial tissue, basically it forms your lining of your bodies. It forms the lining of your body. Not only it lines externally to your body, but it also lines internally to your body. So like for example, you have skin here. Yeah, the skin is made up of what? Skin is acting like a barrier. It is a protective barrier. It is preventing the entry of the microbes and other foreign bodies into your tissue. So the epithelial tissue is forming here a lining, a protective covering. Similarly, inside your digestive system, alimentary canal, reproductive system, excretory system, so many systems, respiratory system, here the lining is what, guys? Here the lining is of, again, epithelial tissue. So basically outside lining and inside lining, everywhere the epithelial tissue is present. So epithelial tissue surface, the outer surface of epithelial tissue is always facing either external environment, like your skin, epithelial tissue facing external environment, or when it is lining inside your body, it is facing the bodily fluids. It is facing the bodily fluids. For example, Stomach. For example, stomach. Stomach is also lined by epithelial cells, columnar epithelial cells we discussed in the last class. And what is the fluid inside there? Normally it is mucus secretion. Your stomach is coated by mucus. During digestion, we are secreting the acidic gastric juice to digest the food. Yes. So at that time also, epithelial is lining. Now imagine urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is also empty bladder for temporary storage of urine. Temporary storage. We are not storing permanently urine. For temporary storage also, the bladder is a hollow cavity, again lined by epithelium. Fallopian tube, if you recall, hollow duct, uterus, hollow cavity, again that is lined by epithelium. So any cavities or any tube or duct-like structures or the external environment is lined by what? Epithelial tissue. Is lined by what, guys? Is lined by epithelial tissue. Are you getting me, guys? Are you getting me? Thumbs up, thumbs down, come on, give some response. Are you getting me? Any doubts, please ask. Okay, related to this topic only. Yes, understanding? Sir, muscular tissues are derived from mesoderm and nervous from ectoderm. Ha beta, muscular I wrote mesoderm only, na? Muscular mesoderm and nervous is ectoderm. You are correct. Absolutely correct. See, two are mesoderm. Connective tissue also mesoderm. Muscular also mesoderm. And your nervous will be from ectoderm. Are we clear? Epithelial tissue we are going to discuss shortly. Just hold your horses. We are going to discuss everything. Okay? So read the sentence. Please read the sentence. This sentence is from your NCERT lines only. I am not teaching some external lines. I am giving you NCERT lines. These lines were present in the old textbook. However, it is being little trimmed off, deleted, but still to study physiology, we have to have knowledge of tissues. So if you read the line, epithelial tissue has a free surface. Epithelial tissue has a free surface. It is exposed either to the external environment like your skin, or it is lining the body cavities, correct? Which faces either a body fluid or it faces outside environment. Or it faces what? Outside environment. And thus it provides a covering or lining for some part of the body. Are we clear? Yes, guys. And always remember that this is your epithelium here. You can see this is the epithelium here, and it is sitting on the basement membrane. On which membrane it is sitting? It is sitting on the basement membrane. So let us discuss more characteristics. This was just an introduction. Now we will see more characteristics of epithelial tissue. Then we will classify the epithelial tissue. Single layer, simple, multiple layer of cells, compound or stratified. We will come to that. But first, we have to understand what is the characteristics. What are the characteristic features of epithelial tissue? Okay? Because some features of epithelial are very different from the other tissues. So what makes epithelial tissue different from others? So every tissue, like connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue, they have their own characteristic features. We are going to discuss about epithelial tissue characteristic features. Okay? So let us see now, one by one. So we are talking about epithelial tissue. As I told you, epi means above. Thelial means to grow. Thelial here means to grow. Okay? Epithelial tissue. As I told you, it is derived from ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, all three germ layers. It is derived from ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, all three germ layers, I will say. Yes? Okay? Like your skin epidermis. I have given certain examples. Skin epidermis, upper layer of the skin, is called as skin epidermis. It arises from ectoderm. Coelomic epithelium derives from what? Can anyone guess here? Coelomic epithelium derives from what? Now apply your animal kingdom knowledge. You studied classification of animal kingdom. You studied what is coelom. Madam taught you what is coelom made up of, what is coelom lined of. So I am asking you here, what is coelomic epithelium derived from? Coelom, body cavity. It is a cavity, and cavity is lined by epithelial tissue. But if you recall animal kingdom, so you can answer here. Yes? Come on. What will be the answer? Mesoderm. What will be the answer? Mesoderm. Very good. Excellent. So coelomic epithelium is derived from mesoderm. See? Excellent. So what we did here? We compiled the two topics. So if you have carefully listened, that coelom is made from the mesoderm germ layer, which lines the outer body wall and the gut wall also, and in between the cavity you call it as the coelom. We are just saying that coelom, the body cavity, is lined by the epithelium, and that epithelium is derived from mesoderm. Are we clear with this? Susanna is asking, sir, can we write? Yes, beta, you can write. And if you're not getting time to write, so that is present on YouTube, you can later just slow down the class and easily write down. Okay? वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. Right now, just listen the class. Understand the class. Okay? First, understand. Understanding is very important first. Okay? Coelomic epithelium from mesoderm. Okay, moving ahead. Epithelial tissue that occurs on the interior of the body. Yes? Epithelial tissue that occurs interior of the body. Tell me the answer. It will be derived from which germ layer? Skin epidermis. We said it is derived from ectoderm. Coelomic epithelium, we said it is derived from mesoderm. Now, epithelial tissue that occurs on the interior of the body. Interior of the body, like your alimentary canal lining. Alimentary canal, trachea, fallopian tube, interior. Which germ layer is left? Endoderm, correct. So I will write here what, guys? I will write here endoderm. What I will write here? Endoderm. So see, we discussed what? We said, some epithelial tissues are derived from ectoderm, some are derived from mesoderm, and the interior on the body is derived from endoderm. And little history about the tissue. Who coined the term or word epithelium? Who gave the word epithelium? This word was given by Mr. Rush. Mr. Rush, we can say. Who gave this word, guys? This word was given by Mr. Rush. Sir, is coelom which is important to our body, or it's just a waste material? No. Coelom is just a body cavity in which your organs are present. Okay, coelom is a body cavity in which your organs are present. That's it. Like imagine, coelom is like your house, hollow from inside. Then you are painting the wall. Paint is on the inside also, paint is on the outside also. Paint is on the inside also, paint is on the outside. So paint is lining the outer wall and paint is also lining the inner wall. That is, we are saying, that is the mesoderm that has made the cavity. And ultimately, the tissue lining will be also coming from the mesoderm only. Are we clear with this? Yes? Shall we go ahead? Come on. Shall we go ahead? Understood with the slides? Shall we go ahead now? Okay. So let us move ahead. Come on. Now, characteristic features. Characteristic features one by one. First tissue to be formed is epithelial tissue. So during embryonic development, when the baby embryo is developing, okay, for 9 months we develop, and then we are finally fully developed by the 9 months, and then we are having parturition, there is delivery of the baby. But the first tissue in the initial stages, in the initial weeks, the first tissue to be derived is epithelial tissue. Is which tissue? Epithelial tissue. Okay, moving ahead. Epithelium is a tissue. Epithelium is a tissue. Like what organ you are seeing here, guys? What organ you are seeing here? This organ we are seeing here is stomach. This organ we are seeing here is stomach. So epithelium is lining the outside also. Epithelium is lining the internal wall also. Epithelium lines the outer wall also. Epithelium lines the inner wall also of the stomach. So epithelial tissue, it not only lines the external wall, it also lines the internal wall. It lines the internal wall also, and it lines the external wall also. Same definition we are repeating. Okay? It lines external wall also. It lines internal wall also. Are we clear with this? Okay? Moving ahead. Surfaces of hollow cavities and organs. Come on. Now one by one. Characteristic features. First characteristic feature. You can see here. Many cells with very less matrix. Many cells with very less matrix. First feature. Many cells with very less matrix. Imagine a brick wall. See, epithelium is a protective barrier. Epithelium is a protective barrier. Do you want any leakage from that? Do you want any leakage, any holes in that? Do you need any gap in that? Will you keep any gap? No. It is the outer lining, it is the inner lining. It is the outer lining, it is the inner lining. You don't want anything to leak outside from inside, and you don't want any leakage from outside to inside. Yes? Correct. So what you are going to do? You are going to have a lot of cells. You are going to have a lot of cells, and you are going to closely pack them. What you are going to do? You are going to have a lot of cells. Lot of cells are there, and they are closely packed. When they are closely packed cells, do you think any space is left in between them? Do you think space is left between them? Very, very kuncham space is left. Very little space is left. So when I say epithelial tissue, when I say what, guys? When I say epithelial tissue, let's say these are the cells. Let's say these are the cells. Okay? These are the cells. The cells are closely packed. The cells are closely packed. And in between them, space is almost absent. The intercellular space between two cells. Space between two cells. Space between two cells is called intercellular space. What it is called? Intercellular space. Intercellular space will be very more or very less. Intercellular space will be more or less. Just simply answer. More or less. It will be absolutely less. It will be very, very less. And since it is very less, the substance which is present between two cells, that also will be very less. Now, many students are asking, sir, what is matrix? What is intercellular substance? Now, let me clear you this. Imagine a brick wall. Imagine a brick wall, red brick wall. All the bricks, what you are seeing there is the cells. All the bricks, what you are visualizing, those are the cells. Kuncham cement is between them. There is certain limited amount of cement present in between them, which is holding that together. That is the matrix. That is the matrix. That is the intercellular substance or extracellular substance, because it is outside the cell. So, in between, in this intercellular space, what is present? In this intercellular space, intercellular substance is present. What is present? Intercellular substance, or sometimes it is also called as matrix. Sometimes it is also called as matrix, or it can be also called as what? It can be also called as ground substance. It can be also called as what, guys? It can be also called as ground substance. It can be also called as ground substance. Now, again, think a little. Epithelial tissue, it makes a protective barrier. You don't want anything to leak outside. You don't want anything to leak inside. So basically, you want packed cells. You want no gap in between them. So when you want no gap in between them, you are tightly packing the cells. The cells are tightly packed. So intercellular space, the space between two cells is very less. So the substance present in that space is called intercellular substance or matrix or ground substance. It will be also very less. Are you getting me, guys? It will be also very less. Are you able to connect this? Are you able to connect this? Come on. So this point is, first point I am saying is many cells with very less matrix. Now I want you to imagine blood. Now I want you to imagine blood. Come on, think about blood. Think about blood, guys. Come on, think about blood. Come on, think about blood. Think about blood. Do you want blood cells to be tightly packed? Do you want blood cells to be tightly packed? RBC, WBC, platelet fully packed inside the blood? No, no, no. You want them in a flowing state. You want them in a flowing state. And blood is a connective tissue. Blood is a connective tissue. So what you will do? Will you tightly pack the cells in connective tissue? Will you tightly pack the cells in connective tissue like blood? No, you will not. You will keep a lot of space. You will keep a lot of space. So RBC, WBC, all are flowing. Acha, what are they flowing in? These are the cells. In blood, there are blood cells. What is the fluid that in that they are flowing? What is the fluid in that they are flowing? Come on, tell me. What is the fluid in that they are flowing? Blood plasma. What is it? It is blood plasma. Correct. So what is blood plasma? What do you think? What is blood plasma? Blood plasma is outside cells. Blood plasma is the intercellular substance. Blood plasma is the intercellular substance of your blood tissue. So connective tissue, the whole point will be exactly opposite. Connective tissue cells will be less in number. Intercellular space will be more. If intercellular space is more, intercellular substance will be more, plasma will be more. So when you talk about blood, you say blood is made up of 55% plasma and some 45% blood cells, and plasma is 90 to 92% water. So the blood cells are able to travel very easily. Are we clear? So this point will become exactly opposite. Yes or no? Come on, guys. Are you getting me? Are you getting me, guys? Understood this point? Understood this point? Come on, yes or no, fast in the chat box quickly. YouTube guys, are you listening to me or you are enjoying in your own only? Only Zoom people little bit are interested, I think. Other people, come on, little bit. YouTube people, little bit you have to study, yaar, come on. Sir, matrix can be said as extracellular substance? Yes, yes, yes. So I will clear your doubt once for and all, okay? Let's clear your doubt once for and all. Hello. So tissue contains cells. Yes? Tissue contains cells. And whatever is outside the cell, whatever outside the cell, what you will call it as? You will call it as intercellular substance. What you will call it as? Intercellular substance. Intercellular substance, or you call them as matrix, or you call it as ground substance, or you want to call it as extracellular substance, no problem. You can also call it as extracellular substance. You can also call it as extracellular substance. Intercellular substance bolo, matrix bolo, ground substance bolo, intercellular substance bolo, same hai. Susanna, you are asking, sir, what is the difference between matrix and plasma? Koi nahi hai. Plasma is the matrix of blood tissue. Plasma is the word we use for the matrix of the blood tissue. Are we clear? So every tissue has matrix. Every tissue has matrix. Every tissue contains cells, and outside cells there is intercellular substance. Can I say all this thing is present in intercellular space? Can I say it is present in intercellular space? Yes or no? Tell me fast. Can I say it is present in intercellular space? Yes or no? Understood, everyone? Okay. Understood? Yep. Shall we see the other characteristics? My dear students, shall we go to the other characteristics? One characteristic of epithelial tissue we understood, they contain lot of cells. They have to make the barrier. And since they contain lot of cell, space ledu, intercellular space is very less. Imagine you are traveling in a government train or a government bus, evening time, 6 p.m., fully rushed. Everyone is packed with each other. Everyone is packed, no space. You are the cell. You are the cell. You are tightly packed. Space ledu in between. Space ledu in between. So which kind of tissue you are in? You are in epithelial tissue. Now you go to Australia, you go to Switzerland, you enter the government bus, full seats are empty, anywhere you want to sit, lot of space is there, cells are less, intercellular space is more. If intercellular space is more, matrix will be more. Are we clear with this? Matrix will be more. समझ में आ गया? फिर वो connective tissue हो जाएगा. Clear है? Chaliye, that's all. Okay, I can't now explain further it. I have to go to the next characteristics, guys. Come on, we have to go to the next characteristics. What is the next characteristic? Already understood. Already understood the next characteristics. First was which one? First was, अरे यार ये कैसे color आ रहा है? First was this one, many cells, very less matrix. Second characteristics already understood. Little or no intercellular space also understood. Little or no intercellular space also understood. These are understood. Yes. Next characteristic. Next characteristic. They are avascular. Third characteristics. Avascular. They don't have any blood supply. Now a lot of doubt is going to come. You know, sometimes we get injured, and very little bit of the skin peel comes out. Little bit of the skin peel comes out. Bleeding ledu, blood is not coming out. Little bit the skin peels out and it becomes red. It burns a little, but blood is not coming out. Have you experienced that? Yes? Have you experienced? So basically only your skin has come out. Your epithelial tissue has come out. Are we clear? And sometimes blood doesn't come out. It appears very red, little whitish to reddish it will appear. Blood doesn't come out. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, epithelial tissue, they don't have their own blood capillaries. They are not supplied directly by blood vessels. What I'm saying here, epithelial tissue, they are avascular. What are they? They are avascular. Blood supply not there. Blood supply not present. Blood supply is not present. Blood supply is not present. Now comes the another question. If they don't have blood supply, sir, how my skin is glowing? Okay, how my skin is glowing, how I'm blushing, sir, how the redness on the cheeks comes, sir. Okay, or if some insect is biting or someone hit me, why in fair people, if you see, it becomes very reddish in color. How that happens, sir? How that happens? So basically, your epithelial tissue, it doesn't have own blood supply. Now the question mark comes, how it will get the nourishment, how it will get the nutrients, how it will get nourishment, how it will get nutrients. अरे खाना पीना भी तो है ना, ग्लूकोज चाहिए, एनर्जी चाहिए. So how they will get nourishment? Think about it. Think about it and tell me how they will get the nourishment. Come on, tell me. Blood supply not present. Blood supply not present. Yes. blood vessels not present, बाबा. तो energy कहां से आएगा? Nourishment कहां से आएगा? What do you think? Because your epithelial tissue is sitting on connective tissue. Wherever your epithelial tissue is there, just below there will be connective tissue. There will be connective tissue, and connective tissues are exactly opposite. They are highly vascular. They are highly vascular, means their blood supply is good. So what is happening is, wherever epithelial tissue is there, just below it, there will be connective tissue. Connective tissue is giving the support. It is giving the nourishment, nutrition via diffusion process. Via which process? Diffusion. So all the nutrients are supplied to epithelial tissue via diffusion. Via what, guys? Via diffusion. Via diffusion from the connective tissue. CT means connective tissue. CT means the connective tissue. Are we clear with this? Yes, everyone? Diffusion. Arey yaar. Okay, what is diffusion, sir? Diffusion is the flowing of the substance or solute or solvent from the high concentration to low concentration. Yes? So connective tissue is highly vascular. So when I will teach you connective tissue characteristics, then I will tell connective tissue is highly vascular, means blood supply is good. So that nutrition little bit is also given via diffusion, transferred to epithelial tissue. So even though epithelial tissue is avascular, not having its blood supply, it will get from connective tissue via diffusion. Yes? Osmosis is also kind of a diffusion only, but that is for water, from higher concentration of water to low concentration of water through a semi-permeable membrane. That is a different story, but again, for osmosis also you require high concentration to low concentration of the water movement. Are we clear? Okay. Sir, skin is dead or alive? Upper layer of the skin is dead. The lower level cells are alive. Okay. So as the dead skins are going away, the lower level cells are multiplying and producing the live cells. Come on. Shall we go ahead? Are we clear with these characteristics? Avascular understood, everyone? Now we will go to the next characteristic. Come on. What is the next characteristic? Let's see. What is the next characteristic? It has its own nerve supply. It has its own nerve supply. Can you feel touch on your skin? Touch, pain, pressure, hot, cold. Yes or no? Can you feel all the senses on your skin? Yes, we can. Pain, pressure, touch, temperature, hot, cold. Why? Because your skin is supplied by nerves. Yep. Sensory nerve endings are there. Sensory nerve endings are there. They are modified in the form of the receptors. So whenever you apply any stimulus, they are going to generate a nerve impulse that will go to your CNS, and brain is going to respond to that. Are we clear? So here we will say that fourth point, it has its own nerve supply. So can I say sensory epithelial tissue is responsive to the stimuli? Can I say epithelial tissue is responsive to the stimuli? When you apply stimuli, it will respond? Yes? Correct, beta? It has its own nerve supply, yes? Correct, my dear students? Yes, tactile receptors. Correct, absolutely right. Someone gave a very good word, tactile receptors. Those are the touch receptors. Different receptors have different names. Okay, that is not the right time to speak here. Arey sir, why dimple comes? Arey, that is not related to epithelial. If you come offline, I will teach you why dimple comes and how you can make dimples. Okay, that is not the topic here. Next characteristic. Come on. Fifth characteristic. Fourth हो गया, अच्छा 1 हो गया, 2 किधर गया? 2 हो गया, 3 हो गया, 4th हो गया. Now we are going to talk about the 5th. What is the 5th characteristic? It can self repair or regenerate. It can self-repair or regenerate. Whenever you get injured, you get a cut, a nick, or a wound is there, you get any injury, what happens? Your epithelial cells regrow. There is wound healing. Wound heals. So what is happening? The tissue is repairing itself, regenerating itself. Similarly, sometimes you might have got oral ulcers. Oral ulcers, due to certain vitamin deficiency or stress, you might get certain ulcers in your mouth where the epithelial is broken down, because your mouth is also lined by mucous membrane. That is also epithelial tissue lining your mouth, oral cavity. So if ulcer happens, okay, you take certain vitamins and then slowly your body recover, it heals. It means what? Epithelial tissue has the ability to repair itself, to regenerate itself. Not only outside skin, I'm talking about inside also. Are we clear with this? Okay. Can I say this for neuron cells? Can I apply this repair and regenerate word? Can I apply this repair and regenerate word for neuron cells? Can neuron regenerate, repair themselves? We wish they could. Then it would have been excellent thing, right? We wish it could have been done, but little bit of repair might be seen, but regeneration is impossible. Little bit of repair I can say in the neurons may happen, but regeneration is impossible. Once they are damaged, they are damaged. What about heart attack? Heart attack, when a person goes in a heart attack, the blood vessels supplying the heart, they get choked up and the heart muscles are not getting enough blood supply. What is happening there? The cardiac muscles are dying. Do you think after the death, the cardiac muscles will repair themselves or regenerate? Ledu. They cannot regenerate, they cannot repair. That's why when a person suffers from heart attack, even if you saved that person, a little bit of heart muscles, they have died actually. So the efficiency of the contraction decreases. So I will say your heart muscle cells and the neuronal cells of the nervous tissue, they have no ability to regenerate themselves. Are we clear with this? But our epithelial tissue can do that. Are we clear? ठीक है? Moving ahead. Next point. Come on. What is the next point? Already we discussed this point. Sixth point we already discussed, beta. This point already discussed. Little or no intercellular substance or matrix or ground substance is present. See, intercellular substance can be also called as matrix, can be also called as ground substance. Are we clear with this, guys? समझ में आ गया? Already this point is covered, my dear friends. See, point number 2 and point number 6 is connected. Point number 2 and point number 6 is connected. You know, assertion reason type of question comes in NEET exam. Are you aware of that? Are you aware? Yes or no? Assertion reason type of question comes. Many students find it very difficult to solve the assertion reason questions. You are not aware? Anyways, any other time or in the offline classes, we will discuss how to solve the assertion reason questions. Okay? I was about to create assertion reason for point number 2 and point number 6, but this is not the right platform and the right time to discuss it. So in the other classes, when you meet me offline, then we can discuss. ठीक है? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next point. We will go ahead. Now finally, we are going to talk about classification. Finally, we are going to talk about what, guys? Finally, we are going to talk about the classification. So let us start with the classification. Okay? Very simple. Very basic classification is there. Epithelial tissue is basically classified in 2 types based upon the number of layer of cells. Based upon number of layer of cells. Single layer of cells. Single layer of cells, you call them as simple epithelium. Multiple layer of cells, you will call them as what? You will call them as compound epithelium, or what you will call it as stratified epithelium. Compound epithelium or stratified epithelium. But where do they sit? Where do they sit? ठीक है, single layer cell, single layer of cells, simple epithelium. Multiple layer of cells, we will say they are compound or stratified. Where do they sit? Where you are sitting right now? Where you are sitting? Are you sitting on some bench, sofa, or you are like standing like me? You are right now sitting, na? You are rested yourself. So similarly, epithelial cells are also residing on something. Okay? They are also residing on something. Can anyone tell me what is it? Like I am right now standing on the basement. I am standing on the basement. So basically all epithelial cells, either squamous cell, either simple layer cells, either compound epithelium, either squamous, either cuboidal, any other cell, they are sitting on the basement membrane. And that is also a characteristic feature of epithelial tissue only. So all the epithelial tissue cells, they are residing or they are sitting on the basement membrane. It is a characteristic feature of epithelial tissue. Please put it in your mind, or you can note down in here only. Okay, that is a characteristic feature. Come on, let's discuss basement membrane. Okay, let's discuss the basement membrane. Come on. So basement membrane, where it is present? The basement membrane, it is present, the basement membrane is present under the epithelial cells. Under the epithelial cells. Are they made up of cells? My first question. Answer in yes or no. Are they made up of cells? Are they made up of cells, guys? Are they made up of cells? Basement membrane is made up of cells? Basement membrane is not made up of cells. Non-cellular layer. Non-cellular layer. What it is? It is non-cellular layer. What it is, guys? It is non-cellular layer. Kya layer hai? Non-cellular layer. Okay. So let us see what is the basement membrane made up of. Come on, look at this diagram. Okay. Here is the diagram. Here we have epithelial cells. Can anyone tell me which type of epithelial cells you are looking at? Which type of epithelial cells you are looking at? Is it squamous? Is it cuboidal? Is it columnar? What you will say? No, cuboidal, wrong. It is columnar what you are looking at here. It is columnar cells. Kaun sa cells hai? Columnar cells it is. Now look here. Now this is the columnar cell we said. And here is the basal lamina. Here is the basal lamina. This is the basal lamina. Are we clear? Two layers we will say. Basement membrane is made up of two layers. The first layer is the basal lamina and the second layer will be reticular lamina. One is the basal lamina and other one would be the reticular lamina. Two layers are there. Basal lamina, reticular lamina. So imagine you are an epithelial cell and below there is a basement membrane. How many layers the basement membrane is made up of? It is made up of how many layers? It is made up of two layers. How many layers? Two layers. One is the basal lamina and one is the reticular lamina. Now tell me, which is the closest to the cells? Out of 1 and 2, look in the diagram and tell me which is closest to the epithelial cells. Which is closest to the epithelial cells? Is basal lamina near to the epithelial cells or reticular lamina is near to the cells? And my second question, what will be below reticular lamina? 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 Come on. So first question answer. The epithelial cells, as you can see, the epithelial cells here, these two are the epithelial cells. They are first sitting on the basal lamina. They are sitting on which one? They are sitting on the basal lamina. And below basal lamina, the second layer is reticular lamina. is reticular lamina. And just now I told you that epithelial tissue is avascular. It doesn't get direct blood supply. It is getting blood supply from connective tissue. So now when I am asking you the question that what is below reticular lamina? Yes, the correct answer is the connective tissue. What it is, guys? It is the connective tissue. Are we clear with this? So remember, all the epithelial cells, they are not floating on the air. They are sitting on the basement membrane. Basement membrane is basically a non-cellular layer. It is a non-cellular layer. It is a non-cellular layer. Most of the times in the previous AIPMT AIMS question, they have asked this, that basement membrane is cellular or non-cellular. Your answer will be, it is non-cellular. Okay. It is made up of how many layers we say? We will say it is made up of 2 layers. The first layer is basal lamina. The second layer is reticular lamina. Okay. And now if you look at basal lamina itself is dual layer, lamina lucida and lamina densa. Lamina lucida, lucid means very clear. Lucid means transparent. Lucid means very transparent. And densa means having a lot of dense deposition of the polysaccharides and other proteins in that. Okay. So you don't require lamina lucida and densa, but you need to remember what are the 2 layers, basal lamina and reticular lamina. Now what it is made up of, as I told you now, it is made up of what? It is a non-cellular layer, we say. And it is made up of what, guys? It is made up of, look here, it is non-cellular. It is non-cellular, double layered. How many layered we are saying? It is double layer. What it is? Double layer. Outer thin, made up of mucopolysaccharides. Made up of what polysaccharides? Mucopolysaccharides. It is made up of mucopolysaccharide. Mucopolysaccharide is basically a complex sugar. It is a complex sugar along with certain glycoproteins, which is secreted by what? Which is secreted by epithelial cells. Which is secreted by what, guys? Epithelial cells. Clear hai? So that completes your what? That completes your basement membrane. Are we clear, everyone? Clear with the basement membrane? Yes or no? Quickly, non-cellular layer. Give the thumbs up. I will go ahead. Non-cellular layer, double layered, 2 layers, basal lamina, reticular lamina. So mostly we have covered the characteristics. In next class, what we are going to talk about? In next class, we are going to talk about the epithelial tissue classification. What we are going to talk about? Epithelial tissue classification. That is simple epithelium and stratified epithelium. Simple epithelium, stratified, single layer, simple, multiple layer, stratified or columnar. So that's all for this class, guys. Okay? Time's up. I will close the class here. Any other doubts or queries you are having? Giving you 2 minutes. You can quickly ask any doubts you are having. So what did we learn today? We learned a lot of things today. We studied characteristic of epithelial tissue. We classified the epithelial tissue. We will further classify them. We will further classify them in the next class. Sir, is it avascular? Yes, avascular is not having blood supply. Sir, is there any difference between intercellular and matrix? No, they are both the same. Intercellular matrix, intercellular substance and matrix is one and the same. QR code, you will not get QR code for this, guys. That is a PowerPoint presentation. You can again watch my lecture. Again, you can make the notes. It is there on online. WhatsApp group होता है क्या इनका? WhatsApp group होता है क्या?
WhatsApp group है लेकिन स्टेटस में आ जाएगा उनसे YouTube पे जाके देख लो.
ठीक है, वही बोल रहा हूँ. In YouTube, you can again, guys, rewind the class and make the notes. No problem. Sir, is this the last week? Probably yes, dear. This is the last week of the gift class. Then we will see you directly offline. Sir, my doubt, is matrix and blood not same? See, blood is a tissue and blood contains blood cell and plasma. Plasma is a type of matrix, we will say. Open the before slide, okay, Teju? ठीक है. Second and 6-point difference. The second and 6-point difference are interconnected. When intercellular space is less, then the ground substance or matrix will be also less. So they are interconnected to each other. One leads to another. Many cells are there. They are tightly packed. That's why space is less. Space is less. That's why matrix or intercellular substance is less. Sir, what is hemidesmosis? Hemidesmosomes होता है. Hemidesmosomes are small fiber-like structures which bind the cell together. That is not required for this level, but still you can see the hemidesmosomes. They are kind of fibers which are holding the epithelial cell with the basement membrane. Sir, my doubt is wound formed by the thrombocytes. No, thrombocytes are the platelets which going to help you to seal the blood vessel. The leaking of the blood will be sealed, but the epithelial tissue which you lost will be regenerated and repaired by the cells which are present. Chalo, that's all guys. So I will close the class. I will see you in the next class. ठीक है? Bye bye. Take care. Thank you. Explain digastric triangle. क्या पूछ लिया भाई ने?